Welcome to Times Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is February the 9th, 2023. We're going to be talking about AEW because we had championships on the line. It wasn't we found out the no contender to versus MJF for the world title. And we have a one woman match. Why is the Twins not making fun of that? Seriously, one woman match. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an okay show. It wasn't a big top show, but it was an okay show. It was a little entertaining, but like I said, the stories need to get a little better because I'm not getting entertained with the stories. The matches are pretty good, but I get bored of matches when there's like no story. Like the match between Jamie Hayter and the Bunny, I could care less because there was no story. She just issued a challenge for a shot at the title. Nobody cares. There was no story. I didn't care for the match. I already knew who will win the match because the Bunny's never going to get a shot at that title. But ladies and gentlemen, like seriously, there was no story. Ricky Starks and Jericho people, they have a story. MJF has a story, not with this other guy, Takeshita. Where I understand that Takeshita came out to save Bryan Danielson from last week, and then he got himself involved, and then he got attacking. All that stuff. So he is part of the story, but mostly the big story is with Bryan Danielson. The Elite versus Top Flight and AR Fox, there was no contendership. There was nothing. They just said, they said on Rampage, that is the next challengers for the title for some reason. Okay. It's a good match and all, but there was no story. Why in the world are they going to get a shot at the titles? Oh boy. But ladies and gentlemen, I forgot the most important thing on NXT on my last video, yesterday's video. I forgot to talk about the breakup of Toxic Attraction because, ladies and gentlemen, they tried to make another moment like Shawn Michaels with the barbershop. But this time it's not the barbershop, it's the Ding Dong Hello with Bayley and the Toxic Attraction. This time it was a female moment, not the males. But ladies and gentlemen, we had Toxic Attraction. They were hating each other. Gigi and JC Jane were hating each other, and then Bayley kind of calmed it down and helped them to become friends, like Big King did with Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. And then it looked like Gigi and JC was about to go against Damage Control for the women's tag team titles, but they hugged it out. And then they raised each other's arms until JC Jane super kicked Gigi Dolan in the face, and then a slammer into the door. It's called Ding Dong Hello. There's a door, and then I guess the door was about to break when JC Jane smashes the head with her foot and Gigi Dolan's head through the door. The door was supposed to break, and the door didn't. And ladies and gentlemen, we saw the aftermath. Gigi Dolan put on her social media, and the foot connected with her face. I hope she's fine. I hope she's okay because the door didn't break and she got the boots really connected to her face. That's not good, and I hope she's fine, and I hope she doesn't get really injured for that. Speaking of JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, for 2K23, they bring out more superstars, more new guys, but on the NXT roster. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to name some people off. JC Jane and Gigi Dolan. They're in the game. And they just broke up with each other. Roxanne is in the game. I'm happy for that. Grayson Waller. And ladies and gentlemen, Lyons is going to be in it. And Carmelo Hayes. And they show Braun Breaker and Cora Jade. They already been announced. People, some YouTubers already had Braun Breaker in their videos, so we know he's confirmed. And Cora Jade was on the trailer, so we know she was confirmed. But Lady Jo and Roxanne, I'm happy for. Grayson Waller, I'm happy for. Lions and Grayson Waller and Carmelo Hayes, I'm happy for all of those guys. And ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm waiting, and I'm hoping that he's going to be part of this, or he could be part of the DLC. There's no updates on the DLC yet. I want to see Solo in there. Solo, man. I want to see more legend ladies as well, because I make this wrestling show called The Old School. I do 2 universe modes, one for the current show and Old School with the legends that they have in the game. But they don't have a lot. I want to put a women's championship on the line, or do the same thing like Raw and SmackDown. Have 2 different titles, like the Divas title and the women's title. They have the Old School Raw arena and the Old School SmackDown arena, but they don't have about that much women. Yeah, they got the Bella Twins back. They got Molly Holly, Trish Stratus in China, but that's not enough to do split brands. So I'm hoping they announce more women legends that will be part of the roster. People are saying it's supposed to be a bigger roster than 2K22. Supposed to be a better roster because nobody has been released the last year. Like 2K22, everybody got released, and now we got some people coming back. So, ladies and gentlemen, maybe they will bring those guys in. Nobody got released. The only person I do remember that got released was William Regal, but he came back to WWE, and Mandy Rose. But I don't think Mandy Rose is coming back to WWE, and I don't think she might not be in the game. And Sasha Banks. Because Sasha Banks and Naomi had a big personal problem with the WWE. So maybe they won't be part of the game. Maybe Naomi will be, because she's still contracted to WWE, but Sasha Banks is not. So maybe she will not be in the game, but maybe Naomi will be. We don't know. She wasn't confirmed yet, so we don't know what's happening. We only know that she's still part of WWE. She's contracted, just like Sasha Banks, but she didn't show up on SmackDown. She didn't make her return. So we don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the AEW results. There's no segments that happened. There was a lot of interviews and all that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't think anyone wants to know about the interviews. So ladies and gentlemen, first match we have MJF versus Takashita. And it was a pretty decent match. Not bad for the Takashita. I don't even know how to say his first name, so I didn't write it down. I'm trying not to botch his last name, so I'm hoping I'm getting this right. Takashita. It sounds right when they said it on TV, so maybe I'm saying it right. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was MJF. But MJF wasn't done there. He knocked out the referee with the diamond ring, and then he was beating up Takashita after the match until Bryan Danielson came out. And then he had his interview. He talked about his high school sweethearts. And he had a dance, and then he gave her a ride in his nice car, I guess. I don't know anything about cars. So, I don't know if it's like a rich car back in the day, but I don't know. And then he said that they had a car accident. And then he says he was smart. He's one of those guys that tried to get out of the trouble. So he switched places of the driver's seat and the passengers. He was in the driver, she was in the passenger. And so it didn't look like MJF didn't do the crash. It was her doing the crash. So he'd take the easy way out and blame the other person. So he's not a nice guy. That's what he's trying to say. He's not a nice guy. And then he says that Bryan Danielson is not going to make it to win his final match. I just learned that this is his final match. And if he wins this match, he will go to Revolution in an Iron Man match. Not excited for this match because I'm not a big fan of Iron Man matches. I think I told you guys this before. I'm not a big fan of Iron Man matches. It's a 60-minute long one. It's not like WWE's when they did 30-minute long ones. But this is an hour long. and I had to give you guys a result video on this match because you guys, some of you guys like these results, and it's a pay-per-view. It's supposed to be a big pay-per-view because they waited a whole month to make this match happen. So I just learned that this is Bryan Danielson's last match, and if he wins, he gets a shot at the world title against Roos. He will be facing Roos, and then if he wins, he will be versing MJF for the world title. Oh my God, that's so much work. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jamie Hayter will be versing the Bunny. This match I didn't really care for, so I just went on my phone and look at my social media, mostly my Facebook stuff. No, I didn't really care for this match. There was no story in this match. I already know who's going to win it. I just typed it up on my list. I said the Bunny. No, I didn't. I didn't say the Bunny. The Bunny wasn't going to win. The winner of that match was Jamie Hayter. And then, ladies and gentlemen, at backstage, Tony Storm and Saraya has an interview. And then they call Leva Bates to confront them. And ladies and gentlemen, the weakest attack. The weakest attack. Oh my God. So Saraya and Tony Storm attack Bates, and then they spray paint her, saying she's a loser. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing the same thing what they're doing with Trey Miguel on Impact Wrestling, spray painting their enemies or opponents. But they're not AEW originals, so they're attacking the AEW originals. It sounds like Impact Wrestling and WWE when the young guys attack the old guys. Oh my God! Can you guys find something new? Like, seriously? Now we're going to have a match of the AEW originals versus the non-AEW originals, the former WWE superstars. Yay! Not yay. Then we have this gauntlet match. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a little confused because I thought it was a handicap match, and then because there was two guys, Daddy Magic, whatever his name is, and the other guy, the two guys that likes to talk a lot. Oh my God, it make my ears bleed. So they came out together. I thought because they're a tag team, they can't come out together. But ladies and gentlemen, I thought it was a 2-on-1 handicap. I thought Daddy Magic and this guy, Parker, whatever his name is, was the handicap match, but I guess if Ricky beats this Parker guy, the other guy comes in. That's how a gauntlet works. So, Ricky Starks beat the two jobbers, okay? Mostly everybody in that team, in Jericho's Society people, they're jobbers, okay? Yeah, Sammy won titles, Chris Jericho won the title, and Daniel won a title. But right now, they're just jobbers. They're just losing. And Jake Hager and the other guys are the three jobbers that nobody really cares for right now. Jake Hager wasn't even part of this match. And then when he got rid of those guys, Daniel Garcia came out. What was he wearing? Wearing some weird skinny pants. And then here comes Sammy Guevara. I guess he forgot to put on his spray tan because the guy he was pale. My God. Oh my, I always remember when he comes to the ring, his hands is orange. Like MJF's hands. Like, seriously, what happened? I think he forgot to, or El Paso doesn't do spray tans. Who knows? They were in El Paso, so I don't know if they do spray tans. Maybe that's why he didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know the rules of El Paso. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match with Daniel Garcia and Ricky Starks. And then, ladies and gentlemen, some masked guy that people are saying is a fan did the juice effect while he was behind the barricade with a whole bunch of audience people. I thought he was going to freaking elbow one of the audience, but he did the juice effect onto Ricky Starks, and Daniel Garcia gets the pin. Here comes the masked man, and now we all know who it is. It was Chris Jericho. Yay! So Chris Jericho is done running because he helped his friends to make sure that Ricky Starks doesn't get another match with Chris Jericho. Well, he's not. Of course, he's going to run. He's going to be like MJF. Run, boy, run. Run, Lassie, run. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're supposed to have Bryan Danielson versus Rouge. But Bryan Danielson and Takeshita had an interview in the trainer's office. But ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Danielson, Renee, and Takeshita got locked in of the trainer's office because if Bryan Danielson doesn't show up, that's a forfeit. He doesn't get a title shot. He lost. So when Rouge came in, normally you let Bryan Danielson music hit, and then Justin Roberts will call him out, right? That's a forfeit. But no, you give it 1 second. Here comes MJF. Say counts. And then another second. I guess this is a 1 week door. You just saw Bryan Danielson just broke the dang door like it's like a feather. Like seriously. But and then we had this match, Bryan Danielson versus Rouge. Okay, I forget the beginning part because I thought it was a ridiculous beginning. Because even Audrey Edwards, the referee, was trying to count slow, but she didn't have to because it was the shortest lockout in a trainer's office for no damn reason. Oh my God. Bryan Danielson was just wiggling the knob. He wasn't kicking the door in. He used his shoulder and then he broke the door. Awesome. He's very strong. Or that door is very weak. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a war. These guys, Bryan Danielson was a bloody mess. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match, and will be heading to Revolution for the world title, is going to be Mr. Bryan Danielson. Then we had the Elites will be defending the Trios title. Like another match I didn't really care for because there was no story. I'm happy it was a championship match, but it still had no story in it. The Elite versus Softway and AR Fox. It was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was the Elites retaining their titles. Then we had the Guns will be versing the Acclaim, and I guess I wasn't the only guy thought Billy Gunn is going to betray the Acclaim. It looked like he was about to. Anthony Bowens knocked out the referee. I think the referee got really knocked out. Like I don't think it was. I don't think it was like part of the script. The guy was knocked out. You should see how fast he went outside the ring. And then Billy Gunn looks like he was about to hold Anthony Bowens up for Austin to whack Anthony Bowens with the championship belt, but no, Billy Gunn puts him down and he says, "You're not going to do that." And then here comes Colton Gunn, hit Billy Gunn with the other tag team belts. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end, we saw Austin and Anthony Bowens trying to do a 1 over the with the roll up. But when Anthony Bowens popped out through the middle rope, Colton Gunn whacks him with the tag belts, and then he was knocked out. And then there's a roll up from Austin Gunn. The referee was knocked out. He's still trying to do the count. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match and your new AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Guns. My God. 2 jobbers just won titles. Oh my God. What are they doing, man? You couldn't put a better team having a tag title, beat the Acclaim? Or have Billy Gunn betray the Acclaim? But you have the Guns. What have they done to win tag titles? What have they done? Please tell me. Because I don't remember anything that they had done. Oh, they beat FTR, but that's like 1 match. And FTR is no longer there right now. They're having a little hiatus or something. But now we got them as the tag team champions. Oh my God. I need to stop trying to hate on AEW, but their storytelling. Tony Khan, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nobody wants to see the Guns as the tag team champions. Even my dog was falling asleep here, man. Now we have to hear the Guns as the tag team champions? They're teaming up with the Firm, and all of those guys are freaking jobbers. None of them won titles except for the Guns now. Oh my god. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoy AEW, it was a shocking win. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't think the Guns should... They didn't have the right winners. I'm sorry to say, but they didn't have the right winners. I think there was a lot of tag teams that could take the tag team titles off the Acclaim. I don't know how this is a good storyline. I don't understand. They win the titles. How is that going to be good part of the storyline? Because for me, I think letting them get screwed by Billy Gunn will be part of the storyline. But they didn't get... Technically got screwed, but it didn't do anything. So, what's the point now? The Acclaim is going to betray Billy Gunn and say, oh, you cost us the match? Technically, he didn't. We will find out next week, ladies and gentlemen. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.